Okay, y'all, before we start the show, I have to talk with you about the sponsors of today's episode, Heartwise Health LLC. Are you looking to take your running game to the next level, improve your cardiovascular health, or to test your endurance with VO2 max testing? Look no further than Heartwise Health LLC. Founders Tori Parkinson and Jocelyn Frank are two experts in the performance and health and wellness field, and they're looking to help you reach your full potential through personalized coaching and science-based data based on data-driven testing. Tori, who is no stranger to lactic acid, is a pro marathon runner, a successful running coach, and a fitness instructor, while Jocelyn is a certified exercise physiologist through the American College of Sports Medicine and is a nationally board certified health and wellness coach in addition to being a fitness instructor as well. I've worked with Tori for almost a year, and her training has been a life-changing blessing for me. And now getting the chance to work with Jocelyn as well, using the science-based data from the lactate threshold testing, as well as the VO2 max testing, I'm trying to tell y'all, I am confident that I'm going to break the world record soon and very soon in the marathon. Be sure to visit their website, www.heartwisehealthllc.com, and their Instagram page, Heartwise Health LLC, for more information and to sign up. Trust me, you will not regret it. Now, on to today's episode. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, Saints and Aints, and welcome to Lactic Acid. I'm your host, Dominic Smith, and today I have a certified baller, shot caller. She is more smooth than the lemon pepper wings that they sell in the ATL. And listen, she's coming for that number one spot as we ramp up, really ramp up the track season. It's May, which is crazy. The time just goes by. That's what happens when you get old. Anyway, she is the legend that is Sister Laurie Barton. Laurie, what's going on, my sister? How you doing today?
Good. That's the hypest interview intro I've ever had.
Listen, all thriller, no filler. That's how we roll on this show. It is all deserved, and everything is a fact because the truth never expires. That's how we roll here on Lactic Acid. And congratulations, you had a big W. What was it, like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Down in the ATL running
Hmm.
406 in that 1500. I'm telling you, listen, that is different. When like your mile time is like a good person's GPA, then it's like that's how you know it's all the way up and stuff. That's basically what we're striving to be, basically, and stuff. But you are no exception to the rule for anybody who comes on this show because we're entering the summer months. I may or may not retire this question. Probably not. Or I may add to, I don't know yet. We'll see. But you have been doing amazing things in and out of running. And some people were watching and they're like, dang, she is built different. She is the inspiration we need for these summer months. So they're going to do something for you. The first thing to celebrate your awesomeness, when athletes ball out, they win, they do all that fun stuff. They usually are put on a Wheaties box. But because you exceed all expectations and the level of greatness that people can't even comprehend, you get a chance to choose the cereal or oatmeal box that you would like to be featured on. So that's the first thing that's going to be done for you. The
Mm.
second thing,
Okay.
back in the day, way back in the day, long, long time ago, there was a movie called Spy Kids. And in this movie, the main characters, Carmen and Junie, they were in this little cave and there was a microwave. And basically, they pulled out a packet, and the packet was whatever food they wanted to, pop that thing in the microwave, and all of a sudden, on there, it was a Big Mac with fries and a Coke. So it was the
Mm.
custom meal they wanted. Well, the same thing is going to be done for you, but you get the chance to choose the meal. It doesn't even have to be from a fast food restaurant. It could be from for anything. Last
Mm.
but certainly not least, when athletes win stuff, the, really they say we're going to Disney World. But that's not good enough. You get a chance to decide where the people have to send you. So it could be a thing, it could be whatever you want to. You can go to the botanical gardens if your heart desires instead of Disney. But what we need from you, cereal box or oatmeal box, I need the meal and I need the destination.
Whew. those are some hard questions. Like this could alter my life for a
Basically,
while. Except
just
for the microwave one.
think of it as a preview of what's going to be done
Yeah.
for you in the very near future.
Wow. What an honor. Let's see. I think cinnamon toast crunch because
Ooh.
this is my go-to. That would be my birthday cereal. So featured on
Okay.
cinnamon toast crunch. And
Okay.
then
Got it.
the meal. Oh my goodness. I feel like it depends what time of year. Like, do I want soup or something colder? I think it would be, yeah, this is what it would be. It would be a pizza that's not, I am celiac. So it'd be a gluten-containing pizza that I could eat and have no side effects. Because
Ooh.
gluten-free pizza does not cut it, and I miss it a lot.
God bless you. We're gonna add you to the prayer list and gonna have to
Thank
scoot you
you.
up 2 or 3
Please
spots.
do.
Oh my goodness
So it'd be a
gracious.
pizza that I could eat that is not
That,
gluten-free. Um,
that
and then um, what was the last one?
destination.
Destination. Definitely a tour of Europe without having to do any running or anything, just vacationing.
Okay, listen,
Yeah.
I'm with that. So where in Europe would you go?
I would have to do like the country hopping, like start somewhere like in France and go to Spain, go to Germany, go to Italy, because everything's so close and just
That's
experience it
true.
all. So,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
But you need like you can't do like 2 weeks of that. I hear people like, oh, we're going on a 2 week trip. I'm
Mm-mm.
like, you don't really because you're just rushed. You want to be able to go and spend as much time as you want there.
Yeah, if you're doing that, like a month would suffice. But like 2 weeks would be good for like maybe two countries. But yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
fun.
I would say probably 2.5 weeks because you have to have a couple days just to get used to the time zone.
Hmm.
And then you do 1 week per country.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, because there's so much within that, like each small country.
Yeah.
Like, especially I'm
Basic.
thinking France, like you can go to the coast, or you can go to the city, or small town in the countryside. And yeah,
I just want a croissant.
me
Like,
too. Me too.
like I feel bad. Like, sister can't even have a piece of pizza because
Okay,
it's
I will say I only became gluten intolerant when I was in college. So I grew up a couple years in France, and so I got to eat all the pastries my heart desired.
oh,
So yeah, so I know what I'm missing out on, but I haven't always missed out on it. So I am
you
thankful.
have we thankful that the Lord gave you memories
Yes.
that you can go that you can go back on and view when
Hmm.
times get hard. That's what we need in life. It's just a good
Hmm.
time. Oh man, but still, I
Yeah.
will say this. The food when you were growing up is probably better than the food now, so it's not as if you are
I'll take your
missing.
word.
Oh, I promise. I look at some stuff. I had McDonald's the other day, and it's been a minute since I've been at McDonald's. I don't do fast food like that
Hmm.
anymore. But I said, "Oh, this is no. Like, when did this change? Like, why did this change? Like, I was asking
Yeah.
like the who, what, when, where, why, and how. Well, I know how it changed because I don't even. Okay, I'm not gonna make that comment, but I was like, dang, it was so
Mhm.
much better back in the day. The fries still hit. I will just say that the fries still hit. But
Okay. I was like, was McDonald's ever good? I mean, their ice cream's good, but I don't know. Those patties scare me.
I mean, I've never been to a McDonald's where the ice cream machine worked, so I have to take your word for it.
Oh, oh no.
Brother wanted a McFlurry, and the ice cream machine was McBroken
I mean,
and,
fair enough.
and stuff.
Does
So I
happen.
have,
I just get the ice cream cone though.
oh,
Maybe that's a different machine.
it has to be, or else it's like, why did, why am I surprised that McDonald's sells ice cream cones? I mean, I don't know. I guess
Mm,
that's just not what you think of. When I go to McDonald's, I guess I'll try it. I'm a Wendy's ice cream person more so.
same.
Get a
Frosty,
frosty.
vanilla. Mm, yeah.
Vanilla.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But
Really?
I am actually a chocolate person, but the vanilla frosty hits different. It's so good. So much better than the chocolate.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Do you
Listen,
usually get the chocolate?
I mess with the vanilla. I'm not gonna say I don't, but to say
Okay.
it's so much better,
Oh yeah. Oh
that's crazy. Okay. I mean, did you try like their when they brought out those, what was it, the orange dreamsicle, like those random flavors they brought out?
I didn't like that because essentially they use the vanilla base and then add sweetener and flavor on top of it. So I'm just, it's like sickeningly sweet in my opinion, but I don't know, that's just
Yeah,
me.
it's okay. Listen, I'm not mad at it. Wendy's went downhill too. Chick-fil-A, I just
Mm,
never got with their milkshakes or ice creams or any of that stuff.
I think
It
they're really, I think they're elite, honestly, with the milkshakes.
it made me nauseous.
Oh,
Like
no.
I tried it and I was like,
Uh,
yo, that's a problem. We have a problem here.
mm,
If I'm getting nauseous over a Chick-fil-A milkshake, I was like, what in the demonic forces? And then the only time I really want it is on Sunday. So I'm like, all right, just screw it. I'm just not gonna we're just gonna be lactose intolerant today. So
man,
you can't get it.
that's, that's how it always is.
Yeah. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Hmm.
I mess with that answer. I mess with that.
Hmm.
Here's the only thing about Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I could never. Okay, did you? So when you have Cinnamon Toast Crunch, it leaves like the sugary milk or whatever the case might be. Were you one to throw it away or did you drink it down?
Oh, I drank that. Okay, me and my husband were talking about this yesterday. He was like, I was never allowed to like do this with the cereal bowl. And I was like, oh, like everyone in my house would bring me their leftover milk and drink it.
That's
I was obsessed with it.
that's crazy and stuff.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
so okay, so no wonder you so fast because you got all the nutrients from all the milk that nobody wanted, basically.
exactly. And I
Oh,
fought off all the germs from everyone's mouths.
did you ever? Okay, this is vintage. I don't know if you remember this or if you had it in your house, but they had the cereal bowls where it had a straw attached to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Did you
And you
ever?
suck it. Yeah.
Yes. I was gonna say those. Oh man, that's the first time. Cinnamon Toast Crunch was the
Yeah.
first time I drank from that straw, and I was like, "Yo, this is crazy!" Like,
Yep.
oh
So
man.
good. Yeah.
Ah, you see, this is controversial. The older I got, the more I actually respected the cereal without the milk and stuff.
That's very controversial. Why would
I
you do
think
that?
because I thought it just tastes better without the milk.
Okay, but doesn't it tear up like the top of your mouth when you do that? Like that's what I hate about cereal without milk. Like it needs to get a little soggy. It's just, yeah.
It just is, I just felt like it built toughness.
I
Um,
mean, it will do that.
and it builds character and stuff. I don't know. Because it was just like one day I was like, because you know they sell like the little containers at the store for like $1. And I was like,
Mm,
I don't have any milk. I was like, all right, let's just eat it. And I was like, oh, I because you taste the natural cereal before it gets diluted with the milk. So I was like, okay, this kind of snaps. And then you like have a paper towel to wipe the blood from your mouth when it scrapes off the the gum and stuff.
exactly.
So it just became
Uh,
routine. I don't know. I think it hits differently without it, but
it's
it's
different.
contra it's yes, it's different, but I definitely can see you don't approve, especially because you
Hmm.
take all the milk and everything.
Hmm.
See, that's something you have to teach your kids to do.
Oh yes, I'll teach them the right manner.
Now, I had this conversation with Olivia Baker, so I have to ask you this.
Okay.
What's your view on oatmeal?
This is a sad story too. So I was obsessed with it for like years up until like 2 years ago when I was working with a dietitian or a nutritionist, and they were like, you might actually be allergic to oats too. You should try cutting out oats for a while. And I was like, you kidding? And they're like, just try it for 3 months. And I cut it out and I felt so much better. So I love the concept of oatmeal. I like the texture of it in the morning. It's warm, it's creamy. You can add stuff to it, customize it. So now I eat buckwheat, which is basically like a downgrade of oatmeal.
No, I know what buckwheat is, and
You
I'm
do?
sorry. Yes, I know what buckwheat is.
Like the
Oh,
groats? Yeah,
yes,
you can
I
make
I
like a
know.
porridge. Yeah, it's so much worse. But I still like I make it creamy, I add my yogurt, my berries. It hits the spot as good as it can.
I'm really gonna add, as soon as we get off, we may say a prayer in the middle of this episode because that's crazy. Like,
Yep.
yes, I know what buckwheat. I'm from the South. Yes, I know what buckwheat is. That's crazy. I am.
Yeah.
So you answered my question because I asked. I said it's so crazy. Distance runners and oatmeal. I'm like, do y'all really like this stuff, or do you just
A
have to eat it
necessity.
and stuff? And you really, really like it and stuff.
I mean,
What?
maybe
What?
that's what weeds us out. Like the people who like oatmeal are the survivors because it stains us. I don't know.
That's that's one way to put it. So, well, that's crazy. So, like, what is on the list of things that you can't eat?
So I can't eat lettuce either. Like lettuces, I'm actually like anaphylactic with a little bit.
Okay.
Um, those are the main things. Yep,
So,
gluten
lettuce,
and
oats,
lettuce.
good. Okay.
Hmm.
So, in the grand scheme, that's actually not that bad.
Except for most gluten alternatives are oat-based or a salad. So traveling is a nightmare. Like I
I
just
was,
have to find Asian places like give me rice or vegetables with no like sauce on it because most sauces have wheat in it to make it thick. So yeah, or potatoes. Give me some potatoes.
that, yeah. Wow.
Hmm.
We need just race in the United States. Like,
Yeah.
don't, don't, don't.
Yeah.
But I mean, there has to be like, I have a friend who whose husband has similar. Is basically like you when it comes to stuff he can't eat, and apparently he's like a chef. And I'm like, I
Oh,
don't
cool.
with the things he's able to find and cook. So it's possible.
Mhm.
What is it? I don't know, but from what I've heard, it's possible
I
and
think it's
stuff.
yeah, and it's just our culture is like so wheat based anyways.
Yeah,
And it's like, yeah, if you go over to like hopefully most like Asian countries, like it's everything's rice based.
right.
So you don't have that issue as much. So yeah,
We need to be we need to be rice based.
yes.
So we need to be rice based. I bet you hit
Hmm.
those rice crackers or rice cakes like crazy.
Oh. I went through a phase, got burnt out, has not touched a rice cake in years.
My
Only
my
have so many.
sister. Well, listen, that's what makes you unique, and that's what makes you faster than most of the population who looks to put 2 feet on the pavement and everything like that. Before we start crying over the things that you can't eat, which is okay because you're still finding great alternatives. You have been balling out this year and everything. In the indoor season, you threw your hat in the ring and you showed them what was up. You had your highest finish, if I'm not mistaken, in the indoor championships, whatever the case might
Tied, yeah.
be.
Hmm.
And then you come back into the ATL and then you run a successful time and you win again in your second year with the Atlanta Track Club. How's it been for you so far in your own
Yeah.
words?
I am like super excited and thankful and a little bit shocked, I guess, um, that it's been going so well. Because I feel like this has just been like I've never done this type of training in my life, like slowing down. Like I was sprint based before, and then slowly have progressed into more distance running, threshold running, like I was terrified for a while. Like I haven't done like something hard that I'm like laying on the ground, and coach is like, you shouldn't be laying on the ground every practice. I'm like, but I want to. Um, so it's really been like a trusting and a learning process too of like asking good questions, being like, okay, why like you obviously want me to do well. So why are we doing this and not this? Or like what's the thought behind it? So a good bit of that and then a good bit of just okay, we're doing this. I trust you. So it's been really awesome to see the results of that, even though I'm like, I don't feel like I deserve to be running fast because I haven't been working as hard. It's just been consistency, consistency, building patience. So yeah, it's been really good.
That is such a real answer that I appreciate because it's like when you try something new and it's like, dang it, I'm not really doing this. It's like, wait, for real? Did this just happen? Like, is the timer off or whatever the case might be? But it's like,
Yeah.
but it's like, no, you are starting to round into the athlete that you're supposed to become. Has the
Mhm.
shock factor gone away and has it switched to a form of confidence?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think this is me and my coach are more on the same level now of like, see, see, you're like, okay. He sent me a text message the other day, all caps, believe in yourself. I do. He's like, come on. Like, okay, okay. So yeah.
If I got a text from my coach in all caps, I'd be scared.
Oh,
Like,
that's regular basis. Great job. Keep working.
so
Come
do
in
they?
late today.
Oh, does the coach like purposely do that because the lock on his phone is broken, or just?
I don't know. That's just Tommy.
Okay, because Coach Tommy, I'm just curious because if somebody uses all caps, that means they're yelling at you. Like
Right, right. I
that's
think
not
it's his excitement, even if he doesn't need to be yelling it, comes through the phone in all caps. It's his
ar-
bold.
that's his bold.
Yeah.
That's an energy. That's a caps lock energy. That's what we're gonna
hmm
call it.
hmm
And everything. Hey, listen, I'm for
I,
it.
I was scared the first time. I was like, what? But now I'm used to it.
How has the transition been coming from Brooks over down there to the ATL, especially rounding out this second season? Do you feel like you've adjusted to everything, whether it be the city, just kind of a routine and just lifestyle that you feel comfortable with that bodes success?
Yeah. It's been a really hard adjustment actually. Because I never dreamed of living in Atlanta. I wasn't like, wow, I want to live in Atlanta. Like it's such a pass through city. Um, so like people are here, they don't plan on being here, not necessarily looking for relationships. Like it's really hard to get connected and stuff. So I think I was a little bit shocked because I got connected in Seattle pretty quickly, got established. And then I came here. I'm like, why can't I get connected? Like this is hard. And then I was well before I moved, I was already dating my now husband. I got married in the fall, learning married life. Moved around a couple of times, been dealing with some health issues and sleeping, and so it's been like extremely chaotic. But I mean, I think that's been a blessing in itself. Of like, okay, like if I think like any of this is from me, it's really not. And like also just like the support that I have gotten within that chaos. And like I love my teammates, I love my coach, I love like the people I'm doing life with. So I feel like that's slowly helping me adjust to like being in a new city and a place I didn't necessarily like see myself being originally. And I'm so happy to be back in the South. Like I'm really close to family. So that's been a huge treat. Being in the same time zone, I can just drive
Yeah.
over. So different life balance, but I'm still adjusting a lot. It's just taken a lot longer because there's been so many factors that's changed.
We're going to get back to the Southern aspect in a minute. But what have you learned about yourself in the midst of the chaos? You know, obviously, hope the health situation is better or improving.
Yeah,
But what
yeah.
have you learned about yourself that maybe has given you confidence or given you some sort of assurance in the midst of maneuvering through everything that's going on?
Oof. I mean, I've learned a lot of things. It's hard to be concise with this. Um, I think I've learned that there's not like I can be pretty type A of like I need to do this, 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 I need this in order to be successful.
Mhm.
Um, and then not having that, I think it's just showed me like there's a lot of different ways to do things, and my body is more resilient and adaptable than I might think it is. And yeah, just like if I try to do things my way constantly, I'm going to constantly be frustrated because like life is a matter of like handling what comes to you and creating opportunities like with what you're given. And if I'm just trying to create a very specific situation and not really acknowledging my circumstances, then it just life is always frustrating and against me and it's not going my way. And it's like, no, like I think it's just more my posture towards what's happening. It's kind of vague, but
No, it's not vague
yeah,
at
just
all.
learning to be more fluid.
No, I mean it's hard if you're type A trying to go to type A and type B are night and day in so many
Mhm.
respects. So trying to make that transition is is like a sprinter trying to run a marathon, basically, or a
Mhm.
marathon trying to get out of the blocks in like the 100. So it's not vague by any means. That's a tough. And then it's not as if like it's like, okay, I could take this year to try to adjust. It's like, nah, like get them feet on the ground. Like the world's not stopping for you. So no, I definitely
No.
understand that
Mm.
and stuff. How's your faith impacted you in the midst of this, or how's it helped you in a
Yeah,
sense?
oh my goodness, it's like I would be a I'm not a complete mess, but I would be a complete mess without my faith. I like I have gone through some tough things in the past that have forced me to come to terms with my faith of like, okay, is this like is God someone I can actually rely on to sustain me? And like I think it's also helped me realize like, yeah, like I am so dependent on the Lord for everything. So like any hardship that comes my way, like moving across the country, figuring out how to be married and like figuring out how to overcome like illness and whatnot. It's like I don't have the power within myself, which is scary to realize. But then when it's like, oh, but God does sustain me when I ask for help, when I cling to Him, when I look to Him, instead of, okay, I need to focus extra hard and try harder to be able to endure this. My type A control, if I do everything right, then I'll get the result I want. So I think it's humbled me and, yeah, greatly encouraged me. So, yeah.
It forces you into that type B real quick. Like,
Mm-hmm. In the
because
best way possible. Yeah. Yeah.
it's like there's nothing you can really do about this.
Mm-mm.
Essentially, you just kind of have to go with the pattern of which you're being led to. I want to
Mm-hmm.
get off this track stuff and this running stuff for just a minute, and we're gonna switch gears. We'll get back to it later. What are three things that people don't know about the legend that is Sister Laurie Barton?
Three random things.
Three fun facts.
Okay. Three fun facts. Hmm. Um, what don't they? I am, I don't know if people don't know this, but I'm extremely shy. So I hate putting myself in situations where people are looking at me or paying attention to me. So why am I doing track? Who knows?
I was
I
just
just,
about to say.
I like for the longest, basically up until like a couple years ago, I was like, I do track because I like doing practice. Like I like pushing myself hard. I don't like it like going to the big needs, people looking at me like, mm-mm.
Okay.
So I don't like to be in the spotlight. I like to be in the background, go unnoticed, helper, that kind of vibe. Um, I feel like I've said this before, but it's part of me. I love yogurt so much. It's the most
Okay.
versatile ingredient, or you can eat it alone. It brings me joy.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
also like
I'm
a texture thing too. It's,
okay. All right. I actually really respect that answer. I'm gonna tell you why in just a second. We need one more fact.
okay. One more fact. Um, I really like backpacking. I haven't done it in a while just because of conflict with running, but I really want to get back into backpacking. So, yeah.
Before I get to the first fun fact, I want to spend some time on this yogurt and stuff because I'm a yogurt brother myself. Like
Okay.
I eat yogurt twice a day.
Nice.
and
Respect.
and sometimes three times. I actually did not get a chance to eat my Activia before I came on this show. Brother got the fiber and everything in it. So Activia sponsor, brother. We love you. That strawberry banana hits different. Um, are you like a Greek yogurt sister or you kind of all right, that's where we
Greek
differ,
yogurt.
but
Yeah, let's say I don't do Activia more Chobani, Fahe, or however you say it.
I cannot. Okay, tell do you at least mix the Greek yogurt with like fruit or something, or you just eat okay. Okay.
Well, I can eat it plain.
Oh boy.
It's more chalky, I'll say. I had to get used to the flavor because I grew up eating regular old Stonyfield yogurt. It was
Oh,
actually
that's
something like I would bring in my lunchbox every day, like pack it in a to-go container. Sometimes it would like drip out.
yes.
Gotta have my yogurt. But yeah, Greek yogurt, like yogurt parfaits, you can do so much with it. Use it as sour cream.
Yes. Stonyfields. Oh my gosh.
The
I forgot how Stonyfields taste. I had that a couple times when I was growing up and everything.
strawberry flavor. Mm,
The strawberry. Okay, I ain't gonna
it's
lie.
good.
That one. Stonyfields, y'all did your thing. This 31-year-old appreciates it. Um, but I had like a Dannon craze. Um,
Mm,
and then Dannon has so much sugar in it though.
that's it.
Or
It's more like a dessert, like the Go-Gurt. Is that what it is?
yes,
That's what it reminds me
yes.
of. Yeah.
Oh, those Go-Gurt used to hit like crack in the
hmm
80s back in the
Oh yeah.
day and
Especially if
stuff
you
like that.
freeze them. Mm,
Oh,
so
listen,
good.
y'all have not lived until you had a Go-Gurt in July.
Oh yeah.
In in July. Oh my goodness, those used to hit so bad. Was it? It's not Danon. It's whoever does Yo Play. It could be Danon. I'm not sure, or
I'm
it could
not
be
sure
Yo.
either. That
I don't know.
was so long ago.
Yo Play had the I forgot what they call it, but they used to whip the yogurt. Have you ever had like whipped sour or like whipped frosting on a
The foamy yogurt, like
Yes.
it'd be like key lime pie flavor or
Yes.
something.
That
Yeah.
was oh my gosh.
Wow, the memories. Yeah, that was
Oh,
good.
you mess around. You put that in the freezer, that hits so much better than ice cream.
Ooh, I need to try that. That sounds good.
It is meant for if you put it in the freezer. So the key lime pie is the best.
Hmm
Strawberry is the second best. The strawberry chocolate is number
Ooh,
three.
I will have to try that. I don't know, that sounds weird, but
It no, it does. I'm telling you, it sounds weird, but if I remember correctly, they put like chocolate shavings in it. So have you ever,
ooh,
like when you do a chocolate fondue, they dip that's basically what it tastes like.
ooh, okay. I need to go back to the yogurt aisle and get something other than Greek yogurt.
Yes, and listen, I'm not hating against the Greek yogurt because I'll say this. This sounds weird, but Greek people do this. If you marinate your chicken in Greek yogurt, it has a
hmm
distinct taste to it.
Yeah, that's true. I'm telling you, versatile.
It's versatile. Listen, that's why you fast, I'm slow. That is why that is. It is very versatile. I cannot eat Greek yogurt by itself. That is like eating Elmer's glue. Like if you just said eat
So
that.
good. So
No,
good.
I disagree. I demur.
An
And
acquired taste.
that's a very acquired taste. I have to have like fruit in it and everything like that. But no, I appreciate because here's the thing, yogurt it's a comfort food. It's like fried
It
chicken
is.
is my comfort food. I don't eat it all the time, but I always say fried chicken bad for the body, good for the soul. This is soul food that we love here. Um, but I don't know if I could live without yogurt.
Oh, same. Like
Like
I start my day with yogurt and I end my day with yogurt too. Yeah.
I'll say this too. I've traveled to the West Coast and for covering running, and obviously I live down here in Orlando. There's a distinct difference in the grocery stores out west when it comes to the yogurt than it is out east.
hmm Yeah.
And there's so much division in this country. That should not be something that divides us as a people. Just to have the same yogurt, please. Like, I
Mm.
go to Oregon and I'm like, dang, why y'all ain't got my yogurt? And like I call my mom and I'm like, she's like, what's wrong? They don't have my yogurt. Like this pisses me off.
They have Tillamook though. That's pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, Tillamook.
I guess I have to try that.
Yeah, I feel like that's the main brand out west for like dairy or like cheese, and I think if they have yogurt, I could be spreading false information, but
I need to look. I don't think so. I know they have cheese. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it's
maybe.
that. Okay,
Hmm,
here's the thing about that cheese. Let me just say this. You have 4 days to use that cheese before it starts growing a green afro.
that's not true. Maybe
I'm
if you get it
telling
over
you,
here. Maybe you get it over here.
okay, maybe over here, but I'm telling you, it was on sale and I bought it on a Monday. And on Thursday, I'm like, I just paid like $10 for 3 blocks of cheese to make my scratch made macaroni and cheese. And I got to give it a haircut. I had to throw it away.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you buy stale cheese. Don't blame it on Tillamook.
I do. Who am I supposed to blame on? Publix? All
Yeah.
right,
Well,
Publix.
I mean, it's the sale thing. That's what they're trying to get rid of it.
That okay. I guess you're right. Maybe not. I don't know. But
People don't appreciate it enough to buy it on time.
because it costs like $1,000. It's listen, when it's fresh,
It
it's
is more
good now.
expensive. Yeah.
It's good. I mean that and Cabot but not Cabot butter, Kerrygold, if you've never had
Oh,
it.
yeah. Oh, yes. Elite. Too elite for me. Breaks the
That
bank.
it, it it does, but that is the best
Yeah.
butter known to man. So
Hmm.
I definitely appreciate that. I was gonna say you've had to overcome a lot of fears if you and I get like not wanting the attention. I truly do get that because track is different and everything. And you run distance races. So you have people in the infield, you have people in the stands, like all watching you. So it is a little weird. So I actually feel that and stuff like
Hmm.
that. Did you like quickly kind of get over that, or did it take a minute to just kind of move past the shyness and stuff?
I mean, it's still something like it doesn't go away
That's
necessarily.
fair.
I've just learned how to handle the stress more and be like, okay, why is this intimidating? And or it's just, I mean, it's just draining, if anything.
It is.
Instead of like it used to be like really anxiety provoking of like what are they going to be thinking about me and like they're going to be judging me just like all these irrational thoughts of like no like that's not what happens like people are excited for you, they want you to do well, they're not out here to see you fail. And I'm just yeah, I would just get really anxious. But now I'm just like I think just seeing it for what it is of like this is a fun sporting event and like I'm out here with a bunch of other girls that love to do the same thing and like we need each other. Like I can't just run by myself and race by myself. Like I need competition and I
Yeah.
need the fuel of like people like shouting and yelling. Like it can be fun. But I mean it's just still draining at the end of the day. Like just being an introvert versus an extrovert doesn't mean I don't like to be with people. I just need to recharge in other ways. So
I
yeah.
feel that so hard. I'm more introverted by nature. So
Mm-hmm.
naturally, the thing for me is to have a podcast and cover people, many
Mm.
people.
Yeah.
But I'm like, listen, at the end of the day, I'm cool going home and just chilling at the house by myself and everything,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of away from people because everybody recharges differently.
Yeah.
With the running thing and the anxiety, it's real because I actually had that during my first season competing in track and field.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I was like, y'all go watch the 4x8. Don't watch me throw the discus. Like don't like
Please. Everyone close their eyes.
honest to God's truth. Like,
Yeah.
please don't watch me and
Mm.
just empty the stadium. Let's just and stuff and everything. And it was so bad because like
Mm.
I shouldn't say don't watch me because the way our track is set up, the track comes around, the discus ring is on the edge. So if you screw up, you're hitting a you're hitting somebody. I
Ooh,
regret to inform you that almost happened 2 or 3 times. Poor kids.
okay.
That's why.
Oh no,
Yes, and you know,
that's terrifying.
it made them run a little faster. So they
Compliment, making him stronger.
it was a godsend in a different way. Obviously, we don't condone getting hit by any shot put or discus, but no, I do feel that being from the South, you're from South Carolina, went
Hmm.
to Clemson. Seattle from South Carolina had to be a culture shock in a sense because it's, from what I understand, it's a little different in both in both
Hmm.
regions.
Hmm.
So I'm curious. What do you appreciate the most about being from the South? What were some of your hobbies growing up that you did that nobody
Ooh,
else from no other region or demographic in the United States except people from the South would understand?
ooh, that's a really good question. I feel like I don't really like I don't have a Southern accent as much as I can tell. Like
A
both my
little bit.
parents, okay.
A little bit.
I'm
It's
like, I
not
don't
like
know what
that
I have.
hardcore. There's a
Um,
little bit. Yeah.
okay. Good to know. But a lot of, yeah. My parents are both like from military families and we're in Virginia, like Northern Virginia. I guess Virginia's pretty southern too. But then like my grandma is actually, well, she was from Washington State. Um, so she would say things like, "Oh, put them in the washing machine." And I'm like, "Why do you speak this way, Grandma?" So I feel like we didn't have many like Southern like traditions like in our families. And then growing up in Clemson, like you get so many people from different regions of America like coming in just for the university. Um, that like I wouldn't really eat like Southern food. I don't like it. It's gross.
Really?
Yeah,
Wait, whoa, 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 whoa.
like collard green.
Oh, we're not gonna sit here and do this today. No, you did not. You, what?
But we have no connection. Um, but I mean, that's why I'm like, I don't, I don't know. I'm not that Southern. I mean, I like the landscape of the South. Like, I enjoyed like all of the mountains that were all around us and being in the lakes. I think the biggest thing was like, I was always next to a large body of water growing up.
Yeah,
And
that's
like, even
big.
going over to Seattle, that was a connection. I'm like, water. Because I was like talking to someone one time and they're like, yeah, we drove 2 hours to go to the lake. And I'm like, why would you drive 2 hours to go to a lake? And then I just like was like, oh my gosh, people don't live next to water. Like that's not a given. And I just took it for granted. So like growing up doing like going on my friends' boats and going tubing, like that was just a normal part of life that I took for granted. Um, so I don't know if you can say that's Southern, but
No, that's crazy to drive 2 hours to go to a lake.
yeah. Well, if you don't live next to water and you want to go, yeah, some people are landlocked too.
But you might as well go to a beach at that point.
Yeah, yeah. Unless the beach is like double the distance. Go to a big lake. The lakes around South Carolina are beautiful,
Oh,
I
I'm
will say.
I'm I'm sure, but at that point, if I gotta drive 2 hours to go to a lake, 5 hours to go to the beach, it's like I
Go
gotta
to the beach.
like, or just go
Yeah.
get you one of those inflatable water pool things and
Boat around in that.
boat around, just boat around in that. Get you a couple rubber ducks and
Yeah.
then just row your boat.
Hmm.
I can't
I
believe she. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
oh, I was trying to help out with the Southern thing. I will say I appreciate Southern culture, like just the hospitality. A lot of people hate on it, but I think it's really sweet of like I'll go to a coffee shop and she'll say, "Honey child, here's your tea." And like she's only a year older than me and just like that's normal and like just a very caring familial, I guess, culture of like, hey, like no, I'm going to be friendly and kind to you because you're human and you are interacting with me, not because you've earned the right. Like, I don't see it as being fake. I see it as being kind.
Yeah.
So I took that for granted. That was a culture shock moving to Seattle.
Yeah. Honey, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
How old am I?
Yeah.
27.
Honey child at 28 is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
like that's I'm sorry. I'm from the South too.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Honey child, the one where you have to be careful. If you get hit with a couple bless your hearts, then you being sneak judge
hmm
big time. Like,
hmm Oh,
and I'm
bless
saying
your
that,
heart.
God bless your heart, Lord have mercy. Like, like, yeah, you get hit with two or three of those,
hmm
you are being judged. So no, I
Yes.
appreciate that. The hospitality is real. You know, you get called baby. The hugs are better in the
Yep.
South.
hmm
They're more powerful, they're more sting. I'm still on the you dissing collard greens. That hurts me so bad.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. This pain will not endure forever. When you are not running and not backpacking,
Mhm.
what are some of the things that you enjoy doing?
I feel like in this phase of life where I am running, it does affect what I do in my off time. Because I just have significantly less energy. 'Cause I just love being outside. So I can't really do many outdoor activities. But I've really enjoyed baking, and kind of experimenting with that, especially because I can't use flour. So
That's true.
it's a lot of trial and error, and it's kind of fun. Especially it's like a fun gift too, of like, oh, think about you. I also want an activity to do, so here's some cookies. um, and I also enjoy reading, as you can kind of see in the back. We have a lot of books.
Are you
So
in the
yeah,
book club that Olivia runs?
I'm not. No, because okay, my I have an excuse. I don't like to read about running, or sports, because I
That's
want it
fair.
to be like
Yes.
reviving and refreshing and something separate. So that's why I'm not a part of the book club.
But you see, I feel that. I just threw up on the track. I don't want to read about you doing it. Like, like,
Yep.
so I definitely understand that. I will
hmm
say this, those some of not all of them, not a lot of them, not many of them, but some of those no bake, no flour, cookies and stuff like that, those kind of hit pretty hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Some of them are good. Some of them. The no bake I don't like as much. I like the actual baking process. Like that affects it. Unless you're just
Yeah,
doing cookie dough and you choose not to bake it.
that's
I'm a
fair.
fan of that.
That's fair. That's fair. That's why I said just a couple
Yeah.
of them
Yeah,
are actually
yeah,
pretty good.
that's fair.
What's been, and we're gonna get off this in a second. What, and transition to the last part of the show. What are some of the favorite things or your favorite things that you've baked?
So my mom has been helping me perfect a lemon cookie recipe that's like
Oh,
actually good, that's gluten free. So she was doing so many trial and errors, like, nah, this doesn't work, nah, this doesn't work. So lemon cookies go to. And I've been making a lot of banana bread
okay.
because I just haven't been eating my bananas fast enough. So yeah.
I feel like this is when is the best time of year for banana bread? Because I feel like it's seasonal too.
I don't
I
know.
guess
I
you
feel
could.
like pumpkin bread is seasonal, more seasonal, I'd
That's
say.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, I'll eat banana bread anytime because
You
you can eat it cold, you can eat it hot. It's good. Yeah.
ooh, a hot slice of banana bread is so different.
But
That
then if it
is.
cools down, like it gets more like moist.
Oh, oh, Lord have mercy. Yes,
A little
yes.
yogurt on it.
Do you see why are you ruining like everything? I put I have why we got to add Greek yogurt to it, Lori? Dang.
It's good.
On top of the I okay.
Yeah. Because it's
I'm
thick
gonna
enough that it's not like like putting normal yogurt would be weird, but just a little bit of Greek yogurt balance out the sweetness. Mm.
no, that should never happen. But I will say this, and I'm thinking of it. If you whipped the Greek yogurt, like whip it almost like a frosting and put it on top of the banana bread, I could do that.
Yeah, same thing.
Okay, that's fair. No,
But no,
but
that would be better.
but okay, I could do Greek yogurt on the side with like some strawberries and bananas. Like
Hmm.
I can't put that on. If because here's just my chain of thought. And I'm not saying this is you because I think you're an
Hmm.
excellent thinker from basically what you're telling me. If you have to add like stuff to it, that's like people who oversauce barbecue.
That is that's true. I don't okay, in my defense, I don't put Greek yogurt on it like as a default. That's just
No, no,
sometimes
no,
a
no, no,
fun
no.
snack.
No, 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 no. I will never accuse you of doing that because you know what you're doing and everything.
Hmm.
But I have seen people put like this is true because and I knew what this person was doing. They dipped the banana bread in some coffee and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And then it hit me. That's some dry banana bread.
So I just imagine it going,
Yeah, and it's going to the bottom of your coffee. I'm like, your banana bread is dry. You need to start from scratch. Like stuff like that. In my head, I'm like, okay, if you put like something on top, because I'm looking at the banana bread, if you dip it with yogurt, it's like French toast,
hmm.
basically, and stuff like that. So I guess I can't hate on it.
Yeah.
I had a bad experience with Greek yogurt back in the
Oh
day
no.
and stuff.
Maybe you need to try it again.
I would say this Chobani is way different than Publix brand Greek yogurt.
Oh yeah, there's definitely bad Greek yogurt out there. There's only a couple that are actually good. So.
I also am a huge lemon dessert fan. Lemon
Hmm.
cake, lemon meringue pie,
Oh yeah.
um, lemon cookies. If we're at a track meet, you have to bring some. If
Okay.
I'm covering
Yeah.
track meet
Let me
that you're
know.
at, I have to let you know, and you have to bring it. Like, please, I
Yeah.
beg a thou.
Oh yeah. They're good.
Because it is so hard to find a good lemon cookie and stuff like that. And there is a thing about putting too much flour in it to where it
Mm-hmm.
kind of messes it up. So I actually
Mm-hmm.
think the recipe you and your mom are coming up with is something that you should sell to Food Network.
I don't know. Then it wouldn't be a secret anymore.
That's you right, you right. Just share it with here on Live. Just share here on
Okay.
Lactic Acid and
Okay.
everything. Because I'm curious to try. I
Yeah.
got one or two more for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna pivot to the very end of the show so we can get out of here.
Okay.
What are you most excited about this year?
Ooh, what am I most excited about this year? Um, I think I'm excited to just keep, this sounds so lame, but like keep adjusting. I feel like the end of last year slash beginning this year was so chaotic with so many life changes. I'm like excited to settle into a new normal because I feel like it's still happening. And I'm just excited to see how that affects my racing too. Um, so yeah, I love my rhythms
Are you having fun?
with life.
Or
Yeah.
just running,
Oh
running?
yeah. Oh yeah. I'm having so much fun. It's also been a treat to like not be dealing with lots of injuries. I feel like that's just been my story. So it's just like I haven't even been thinking about that of like, oh no, I better do XYZ so that my foot doesn't flare up and this, and this. Like I just go out and run and it's a lot of fun. So yeah.
Last question before we transition to either you asking me questions or we play Would You Rather. What piece of advice would you give to somebody who is up and coming, who may be dealing with some turbulence? What piece of advice would you give them, especially from things that you've learned along your journey?
Um, I think the biggest thing is like comparison. Like, don't be tempted to compare your journey with someone else's journey of like, oh, well, they did this, this, and this, and they got this result, and I'm doing this and getting a different result. Or like, I mean, it turns into like envy, like, why don't I have what they have? And um, it's just so toxic and not helpful for your personal journey, and it's a waste of energy. Um, and yeah, just trust the process. Like, you've gotten here for a reason. Like there's a reason you're here. And like patience and being present is the most powerful thing. So yeah.
You have survived the interrogation process. Now we get to the
Yay.
we get to the fun stuff. So, do you have some questions with for me, or are we going to play some Would You Rather today?
Ooh, I mean, I just have questions. I'm just interested in your life.
Okay. Ask a, ask anything you want. I have to answer it.
Yeah. So it sounds like you did discus. Did you do any other events? And how did you like what inspired doing the podcast, especially in like the running track world?
I did discus and I did shot put.
Okay.
I did all the throws back in the day in high school, and I would love to say I was the leadoff for the Fat Man's 4x1, aka the throwers
Yes.
4x1. Uh, and here's the thing, we practiced it, but I was like, and I don't know why we didn't compete. I don't know if I was hurt or, but let me tell you something, especially in the South, competing in the state of Florida, the best track state, where the best athlete and best football is. These 300-pound dudes that are going to play like Division I football for like Ohio State, Clemson, Alabama, Georgia, all those, they will whoop you in 100. Like
Ooh,
it,
I believe it.
like there was a kid, I forgot what school. He was like, I don't know if he was going to Florida or Alabama, but he was like 320 pounds and he hawked somebody down off the runway. And I was like, there is no reason that much mass should be moving that fast. That is terrifying. So, um, that was crazy. In terms of the podcast, so professionally, I do cover track and field and long distance running, so all the road races and stuff. But um, in 2021, went out to cover the Prefontaine Classic and noticed when I was in the mix zone that I didn't really care for the way some of the athletes were getting covered and how there were so
Hmm.
many talented athletes that really didn't get a fair shake to be interviewed or whatever the case might be because of, okay, we got to talk to the big names. I'm like, well, there's a lot of like great people in this room who've gone to the Olympics, won Olympic medals, or are just professionals in their own right. And I didn't
Hmm.
think that was fair or right. And then I just noticed that the same questions were being asked over and over. And so after covering it, I did things a little differently. There was a group of us. We kind of took a different approach. Um, I remember flying back to Orlando, and at the time I was covering football for a brand for Ohio State. I was covering college football. And I was like, God, I think it's time for me to get back into running because that's kind of how I first started covering high school athletics and high school running. Um, and I think we were over Denver where I sounds crazy. I heard his voice say, get into the podcast. And
Hmm.
then on the plane, I still have it in my notes. He told me like the format of it. So this is what you're gonna do, this is how you need to do it, and this is what it's gonna be. Um, and then I was like, okay, well, what's the name of it? So I remember asking that question and
Hmm.
shout out to Delta because I could tell the story because you told me what states I was in when this
Hmm.
conversation, and I'm sure like the people next to me thought I was schizophrenic because I'm like talking, I'm like having a conversation with God, trying to write this
Yeah.
stuff down, and I think we got to Jacksonville, and I had written down some names and it said Lactic Acid, and by the time I touched down in Orlando, from that flight from Salt Lake City, coming from Eugene to Salt Lake, but from Salt Lake to Orlando, everything was done and stuff. And so it's different than your average podcast, and it's purposely
Hmm.
different, which mean growth may take a little bit longer, but
Hmm.
uh, I know what I've been called to do,
Yeah.
and it's worth the patience, it's worth the wait as we continue to grow, and hopefully it makes an impact on the people listening, but more so the athletes who come on the show. So it is meant not to be an NPR interview, but it's meant to have some fun and just be enlightening. We do fried chicken shows with fried chicken wings. So where
Nice.
we do hot takes, we do little things like that,
Yeah.
and we do some of the
Yeah.
traditional stuff as well. So that was kind of the long answer. That was the
Yeah.
story behind it.
Yeah, thanks for telling me. That's awesome. That's exciting too. So how many years is it or has it been?
November will make 4.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, November will make 4 years. Has it been smooth? It has not. I always say there have been
Yeah.
times where I'm like, why am I doing this and everything. I've had those conversations more
Hmm.
than I care to admit. But, it's just like running. You got to just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And
Hmm.
if you keep doing it long enough, it'll get faster and you'll find everything that you need in it. So, yeah,
For sure. Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see where this goes. It's
yeah.
really neat. Okay, my last question. What do you appreciate and love about the South?
The food. Like
I just insulted you. I said that.
it's not it because here's the thing. I'm learning that it's to each his own. He's
Mhm,
still working
mhm.
on me. But them collard greens, 'cause I got a recipe that my mama passed on and I heard, and I'm like, dang, she just threw a grenade at my pot of
I mean,
greens.
maybe if I tried that recipe, I would like them.
No.
Maybe.
I just don't think I have to make you a kale salad. Make you and your husband kale salad or something. I don't know if you guys would like.
Oh, my husband loves Southern food, so
Does he really?
yeah, he has a Southern cookbook. I forgot who it's by, but it's like about the culture of how Southern food developed, and then a bunch of good recipes. So I'm gonna have to go into that sometime.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Listen, that's not a bad thing. I mean, but here's the thing. You can always put your own. That's a good thing I love about Southern food. Everybody can put their own twist on it.
Hmm.
So you can season it to your liking, basically, and stuff. It doesn't have to be, the neck bone, turkey neck eating, all that stuff that you put in everything. But you can make it your own. I love how diverse it is, and I think
Hmm.
I think for me and just I can say just my culture, just being African American, just the food in my family kind of has a story behind it. Each
Hmm.
recipe of how like my mom and her mom made it and the circumstances of how it came to be. Okay, we didn't have
Hmm.
money or whatever the case might be. This is why we used this. This is why we experimented with this. This is why we did that. So for me, at least, I love the storytelling behind it. And
Yeah.
good food brings people together and
Hmm.
stuff. Bad food will bring great memories too. Because you will be roasting that all weekend long. I have one more for you. I have one and a half more for you.
Yeah.
Are you a barbecue fan?
I do like barbecue. I worked at a barbecue place for a little while. That was my only real job in life.
Well,
It is good.
if you had to make and this is Memorial Day, so shout out to those who have served and those who are no longer here because you serve.
Mhm.
Much appreciation. Um, if I'm saying, Lori, you got a three, yeah, you got two meats and two sides. What are you choosing for your plate?
And two sides. Brisket
Okay.
and pork. Wait, is pork brisket?
No, pork is
Okay, that's what I
brisket.
thought.
Brisket is beef. So you want like pulled
Okay,
pork?
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, pulled pork and brisket. And coleslaw and banana pudding.
Ooh.
That's if I could, eat my glutens. But yeah,
Okay,
that is
gluten
actually a Southern
free.
plate I would enjoy.
Okay. Okay, so I'm not gonna count the banana pudding because that's the dessert. So you got one more side. So you will have banana pudding.
Ooh.
So
Uh, Baked beans. Yeah,
garlic bread, cornbread, or Texas toast.
cornbread, 100%.
You are 100% from the South. Because that is something I would eat. That would be on my plate and
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, because it's
Y'all,
barbecue.
listen, there's a place for you at the cookout, my sister. Like just understand that. There
Yay.
is a place for you. Last question, and it's the most important question that you'll have to answer. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Why does kindness matter to you? 'Cause.
Ooh. Um, I think it matters. 'Cause, 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 because it's not something that other people usually deserve because I feel like most of us are pretty rough around the edges. So it's sacrificial to be kind to someone, especially when you don't know their story. Um, like my biggest example in Atlanta is like traffic. Like everyone hates each other. Like you forget people are human. Like
Yeah.
showing kindness even in traffic, like that's been tough for me. So yeah, I just know it has to be intentional and thought out and not necessarily from yourself. Be something greater than yourself. So yeah.
I don't think you have a mean bone in your body, but I I just can't. I know how people are in traffic. I just can't see you just cussing somebody out in like the driver's seat and stuff.
I try not to.
But at the same time, okay. Be kind. That's all we'll leave off with. Lori, where can the good people find you and support your journey on social media? And then follow the Atlanta Track Club as well.
Yeah, we're on Instagram. So yeah, that's, I don't post much, but Atlanta Track Club Elite posts a good bit. So
Hey, listen, that's
yeah.
enough. All thriller, no filler. That's how we roll on here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Hope everybody enjoys the episode.